Lorraine Kelly has admitted she doesn't have another lockdown in her as she discussed the Omicron coronavirus variant on Thursday's episode of her ITV show. Millions of Britons have axed their festive plans so they can see family on Christmas Day after Boris Johnson and Chris Whitty triggered a tsunami of cancellations for pubs and restaurants by urging the country only to socialise if necessary, and not in large groups or with strangers. People have started voluntarily self-isolating in a bid to avoid having to isolate on December 25 if they test positive for COVID. Speaking to Dr. Hilary Jones, Lorraine, 62, said, "I honestly don't have another lockdown in me. I don't think anyone does. Anything we can do to make it better?" Hilary replied, "People are tired, they're stressed, I understand that. Nobody wants a lockdown. There are groups saying we need to have a lockdown right now, other people are less draconian about this. Most people are demonstrating that they're being eminently sensible. With my medical hat on, you've got to say the sensible thing to be cautious." After weeks of refusing to admit Christmas plans could be under threat, Mr. Johnson told the country to cut back on Christmas partying and think carefully before going out during the festive season. The Independent SAGE group of scientists and medics has called for an immediate 10-day circuit breaker shutdown, with bans on households mixing and the closure of hospitality firms. They accused the Prime Minister of delaying from imposing tighter controls and said the time for emergency action had now come. And doubling down on the Prime Minister's inference that people must be cut back on socialising to avoid catching COVID over Christmas week, Health Minister Gillian Keegan said, "Everybody is urging caution. Most of us will know somebody now who's positive with COVID, and that means if you've tested positive, then you'll be in isolation over Christmas. So that's bound to make people a bit more cautious." She added, "Make a sensible choice for yourself, make a sensible choice. You know, if you're going to go to a party, take a test. If there's lots of people there you don't know, if that's your priority, fine. If your priority is to make it through to Christmas Day with your family, then take a different approach." But then, adding to the confusion, she later told LBC that Christmas parties can go ahead but people should test beforehand and sit spaced apart. Government scientists have been calling for Plan C curbs as they warn there could be 1 million daily cases by next month and 4,000 hospital admissions, levels similar to those seen during the January shutdown. However, the projections are heavily disputed. More than 78,000 people tested positive for COVID on Wednesday, a 50% jump on last week, and eclipsing the previous record of 68,053 in January.